welcome to the channel. This is where I bring you the stories, the conversations, and the moments that matter. If you're new here, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. This is South Africa Unfiltered, and we're just getting started. Well, this is part 2 of Ramsamy's affidavit, which gets even more interesting. Well, this time we're hearing about the so-called forklift witness, concerns about how witnesses were being consulted, and the growing tensions over who was actually supposed to be involved in the investigation. And then there's a presentation containing allegations involving forklift, housebreaking cases, Secret Service funds. So let's watch this carefully, because the real story here may be about how decisions were being made and who was actually in control of the whole process. Let's watch.
Part 2.
From paragraph 1?
Yes, we can start with paragraph 1.
This is part 2 of my statement dealing with specific investigations undertaken by IDAC during 2024 and 2025. In this statement, I will deal with the events that transpired from the 6th of January 2025 after Mr. Perumal and Mr. Rapesu and I consulted with Mr. Adams in Cape Town on the 6th of January 2025. As stated in my first statement, the 4 supplementary affidavits obtained from Mr. Adams and commissioned by Mr. Rapesu are the only statements that I am aware of that Mr. Adams deposed to on that day.
And in events of January 2025?
In fact, on 6 January 2025, after consulting with Mr. Adams, I sent Advocate Johnson a WhatsApp message.
Can you just pause there? I think it's better if we just flight the WhatsApp message, Commissioners. That is in file 10, page 215. Are you at 215?
Yep. Evening, Advocate Johnson. Apologies for after hours text. Update on diversion. All supplementary affidavits obtained. Mapping of investigation plan complete. Will provide a written report for your office on the plan as soon as we return. May 2025 be blessed, success, good health, and happiness.
And can I just ask you, you mentioned a written report to your office on the plan as soon as we return. Was that written report ever submitted?
No, it was not, because events took place on the 16th of January that required a different approach.
And what would that report have entailed? What would you have included in there?
It would have been the discussions of the fact that Mr. Adams had provided no further information to us, and that although he had not provided further information on the 19th of December after viewing the documents, we had identified possible witnesses to consult with to determine whether there was in fact a reason to proceed.
Okay. So the report is not submitted, but you send this WhatsApp to Advocate Johnson after you've consulted with Mr. Adams, and you reference the supplementary affidavits, and that would be the 4 supplementary affidavits.
Correct.
The next event that then occurs is the 13th of January 2025 on page 2, paragraph 4 of your statement.
I just need to finish reading paragraph 3.
Because you've read the WhatsApp into the record, it's the same, it's a repetition, yes.
On the 13th of January 2025, Mr. Perumal requested a meeting with Mr. Rapesu and me regarding a consultation that Mr. Perumal had with a potential witness, which had not previously been disclosed to us. I was upset.
Sorry. Throughout the statement, you mentioned this witness, and not once do you mention the name. Is there a particular reason for this?
Part of the reasons that I'm not mentioning their names is that they are within the crime intelligence unit of SAPS. It is a danger factor to mention their names.
All right, please continue.
I was upset that a consultation was held with a witness without my knowledge because in my docket report on the 10th of December 2024, I had specifically stated that the prosecutor must be informed before any interview consultation takes place with any person relating to the matter. Given my uneasiness about this matter, I wanted to make sure that Mr. Perumal was not embarking on a frolic of his own and potentially influencing or compromising witnesses. The instruction was directed at Mr. Perumal and Mr. Padiachi and not Mr. Rapesu.
Before you get to the next paragraph, you have a DDPP for this team, Mr. Lowe, and you have these concerns, as you express in paragraph 4, but we know from your earlier evidence that it's more than that. How come you're not involving him in addressing an issue such as this?
Commissioner Baloy, if we go back to my previous statement, Advocate Johnson had indicated she was going to be the supervisor on the matter, meaning I reported directly to her. So that means I bypassed and I was, the secrecy of the matters, if they're not on the designation, I could not discuss it with them. But also...
So he was not on the designation?
He was not on the designation.
Okay. All right.
It was Advocate Manilal that was on the designation. And as in my previous statement part 1, I indicate that Advocate Johnson had said he needs to be there for the purposes of paper. She will supervise. And as we go on, the commissioners will see that he only became aware of the matter later on.
Thank you.
Paragraph 5.
Mr. Perumal informed me that the witness had been flown to the Eastern Cape by the Minister of Police, Minister Mchunu, in order for Mr. Perumal to consult with the witness.
What was your understanding of this? Did you understand it to mean that Minister Mchunu had paid the airfare? If not, what was your understanding?
My understanding is that all arrangements were made by Mr. Mchunu or Minister Mchunu for this witness to consult with Mr. Perumal in Eastern Cape.
My focus is on flown. What did you understand that to mean?
I had assumed that the minister's office had paid for, because I had later met this witness and he would not have been of financial means to have flown himself to Eastern Cape.
All right, thank you.
And this witness was coming from Pretoria?
Correct, from the vetting department of crime intelligence.
Thank you.
Sorry, the procurement department.
Procurement department, thank you.
Is this the witness that you refer to as the forklift witness?
Correct.
Okay. So maybe we should just then refer to it as the forklift witness. Yes.
We'll do that.
I think we do refer to it later on as the forklift witness, but for convenience now you can start referring to the person.
Well, thank you.
Okay. It seems strange to me.
It seems strange to me that Minister Mchunu would be involved in this investigation, but Mr. Perumal did not offer any further details regarding Mr. Mchunu's involvement in the investigation. Mr. Perumal told me that this witness was relevant for the procurement of the forklift by crime intelligence.
Was this the first time that you become aware of, through Mr. Perumal or any other person, of Minister Mchunu's involvement in the work that you are doing here relating to crime intelligence?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Perumal told me that this witness was relevant for the procurement of the forklift by crime intelligence. At that stage, I was not aware that General Jacobs had informed Mr. Rapesu that the inspectorate had to update Mr. Mkunu or Minister Mkunu on Mr. Adams' complaint every 10 days. I mention this because it seems that Mr. Mkunu's involvement was more than just receiving updates from the inspectorate on Mr. Adams' criminal complaint. Paragraph 6. Mr. Perumal indicated that a further consultation could be arranged with this witness, and the consultation was held on the 20th of January 2025, which I deal with later.
Before you read the next sentence, the word when must be deleted, the first word. So it starts with Mr. Perumal.
Mr. Perumal. Mr. Perumal said that the witness evidence was gold, which I understood to mean that Mr. Perumal considered the evidence to be supportive of the allegations of criminal conduct regarding the procurement of the forklift. On the 14th of January 2025, whilst I was attending court at Pretoria North Magistrates Court and chatting in the passages with Advocate Tila Shabalala together with a witness, this witness is in relation to a different matter for the purposes of court. Mr. Mbalo, an investigator from Eastern Cape reporting to Mr. Perumal, and Mr. Belochin. Mr. Belochin told me that he was present at the consultation with my witness.
Does the "my" there refer to Mr. Belochin?
It refers to me.
To your...
So when he speaks, he says with
your witness.
Okay. I'm asking because you put it in quotes and you use "my" as if it was Mr. Belochin who said "my." Do you see what I mean?
I understand.
Yeah.
It should read with your witness. And that he had even viewed video footage. He was referring to the consultation with the forklift witness that Mr. Perumal had told Mr. Rapesu and me about on the 13th of January 2025. I was concerned that Mr. Belochin was consulting with a witness on Project Diversion when he had not been designated as a team member on the project. Yet Mr. Rapesu and I, who were designated members, were only informed about the consultation after it had taken place.
Now, why was that such a concern for you, that he's not a designated member and yet he knows things about and has consulted with witnesses regarding this investigation?
One, as explained by Advocate Surunya yesterday, we do not discuss our matters with other team members or other people or other staff members of IDAC. It's a designated team, you discuss it within the designated team. It's also a breach of Section 41(6) for him to have been present at that consultation. But I will
just remind us, what does 416 say? 41(6)?
It's a section in the NPA Act that does not allow us to discuss investigations with other parties without authorization.
Thank you.
The other concern is something that I will address in paragraph 14.
Continue, paragraph 8.
I asked Mr. Belochin how he could be involved in this matter if he had not been designated as one of the team members, and why he deemed it appropriate to discuss details of this matter in front of Advocate Shabalala and a witness. He smirked and said in a joking way, "I know nothing, I didn't say anything." This incident was very concerning, and on the 16th of January 2025, after a scheduled meeting with Advocate Johnson, it should read on another matter. So,
and others must be deleted.
Correct. After a scheduled meeting with Advocate Johnson on another matter, I asked if I could have a discussion with her privately regarding Project Diversion. I asked Advocate Johnson if the designation for Project Diversion had been extended to include Mr. Belochin, and I expressed my concerns regarding him consulting with a witness and being involved in the investigation if he's not included in the designation. Advocate Johnson told me that she was not aware that Mr. Belochin was party to the consultation that was held with the forklift witness. Advocate Johnson told me that a presentation would be held on the 22nd of January 2025 regarding Project Diversion, and that I should include my concerns in the presentation for discussion at the meeting. Advocate Johnson sent an email to all designated members and Mr. Sissoko, including that she wanted a presentation on the 22nd of January 2025 about Project Diversion. On that same day, Mr. Perumal emailed a draft presentation to Mr. Rapesu, Padiachi, and me, annexed MMR 12 of Mr. Rapesu's witness statement. In his covering email, he asked for input before the presentation was to be submitted to Advocate Johnson ahead of 22 January 2025 meeting.
Just before you continue with paragraph 10, Commissioners, if that would be Mr. Rapesu's file, if you could take Mr. Rapesu's file and go to MMR 12, we will flight the presentation as well. It was dealt with during his evidence. We are flighting it as well, Chair. So that is the email that was sent on the 16th, MM12.
Correct. From Dylan Perumal to Drushantha Ramsamy, Mansur Rapesu, Brian Padiachi. Subject, diversion presentation. Good day, colleagues. Please provide input before we submit to the ID. Kind regards.
Now we can deal with the presentation, which is on the next page, and we'll also flight that. Okay, the first under background. We'll start on background. Just wait for it to appear on your screen. Thank you. There we go. So you can read your paragraph 10, and we will follow on the presentation.
Sorry, maybe before you read that paragraph 10, let me ask you a question on an earlier paragraph. When Mr. Perumal tells you that he's consulted with this witness who was flown to meet with him by the minister, did you not ask how does Perumal end up with this witness? How did you know there's this witness to speak to?
Commissioner,
it seems to me, especially in the light of your concern, and you're the prosecutor in charge, it seems to me a natural question in the light of your concerns to ask, how did you happen upon this witness?
Commissioner, to be very honest with you, I learned very early what to ask and when to ask Mr. Perumal questions. It would be if I wanted those sort of answers, it would be on the smoker's balcony while he's having a smoke and I'm having my coffee and we can just have a chat. That would be the time but I had not asked him that question.
You ever find out or formed a view, an opinion about how he ends up with this witness?
I did, Commissioner, and it will become clearer.
You will speak to it later.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you can read paragraph 10 and we will flight the presentation.
I wish to highlight the following important aspects about the presentation, the draft presentation that Mr. Perumal sent on that day. In the presentation, under the heading Background, Mr. Perumal states that a member of parliament and member of the Portfolio Committee on Police submitted an affidavit in terms of Section 27 to the ID, urging that criminal investigations help to be initiated by the IDAC on the following allegations. The reporting of a fictitious housebreaking and theft case by Major General Lushaba in 2022, whilst he was the Acting Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, and the subsequent manipulation of the ensuing criminal investigation utilizing crime intelligence resources. The procurement of a forklift utilizing funds from the COVID CI account, circumventing of procurement processes, and the non-delivery of the forklift to date. The promotions and/or appointments, in brackets gratification, to specific senior managers and officers within the Crime Intelligence Division, and manipulation of vetting standards and processes, in brackets again, gratification, for specific senior managers of the SAPs, and the abuse of the COVID funds with regard to expenditure incurred and resources of the Political Killings Task Team, and for the benefit of the former Minister of Police. Purchase of 2 properties using COVID funds, in brackets PTA and KZN. The use of COVID funds to pay for high hotel accommodation and expenses for the current DivCom, Lieutenant General Kumalo and Lushaba.
Continue, paragraph 11.
I specifically quoted the presentation to highlight to the commissioners that in January 2025, when Mr. Perumal prepared his presentation, he too referred to a Section 27 affidavit that had allegations about the forklift, the PKTT, and the Secret Service Fund.
So that was part 2. And for me, guys, the biggest issue isn't just the allegations mentioned in that presentation. It's the apparent confusion over who was involved, who knew about certain consultations, and how the investigation was being managed. But that's just based on what we've heard in the testimony, so I'll leave the final judgment to you. Do you think this was simply an investigation dealing with internal procedural issues, or does this raise a bigger question? Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is Unfiltered SA News. We watch it, we react to it, and we unpack it.